Moment of silence. Y'all fucked up. TRP forever. Flow light years beyond y'all, you're not scary. I deserve a statue in front of South Ferry. You niggas dead serious, I'm dead serious. How I feel to be second fiddle, I'm just curious. I know why you don't want me on them group songs, cause I turned a group song into a fluke song. I'm too strong, I get it, y'all niggas spooked. If I wasn't fluke, I wouldn't do a feature with Fluke, dog. Nate hyped me, now I'm about to catch a body. If you ain't Tyrone Briggs, nigga, then tread lightly. Try to chill, I really want y'all to just like me, cause y'all stopping the king, homie, it ain't likely. Not fair how I'm punking these rappers scared niggas local, I'm in the air. How these silly niggas compare when they rapping with they ain't living. I'm literal, be literally, lyrically. Y'all niggas so little to me, lil' me's. Niggas cornballs, bass guard, lil' bees. You never make it out the hood trying to belittle me. Please, competition is a rap here. We the reason why half of these niggas rap here. Shout out to my real niggas who trap here. Watch your back here, cause half of these niggas rats here. Yeah, all rats, no tails. Just real niggas who tells you details.
Ain't do this shit, nigga.
Say it again.
Big Brook, N.A. Rock,
I mean,
Side, Shade, the fucking pack, nigga. Stop snitching. We getting money. And fucking a lot of bitches too. I'll holler.
Besides becoming Jasmine.
What's good? What's good? Shout out to everybody in the building, man. Oh, shout out to my guy, Taz in the building. You already know the Vibery Team Nixon issues in the building. If you got eyes on me, press that like button. You heard? So I got a little bit of time. I got about a half an hour, to talk my little talk. I wasn't around for the last game. I didn't do a wrap up. So what we're gonna talk about here? Starks was good, Brody. Stephen Kennedy was good, Brody. Stephen Kennedy, if you love that rant, then you're gonna hate everything that I'm about to say. Just to let you know, you're gonna hate everything. If you love that rant, you're gonna hate everything I'm about to say. So boom, right? So I'm gonna talk about that. I'm gonna talk a little bit about the Leon Rose interview, and I'm gonna just talk about my thoughts on Marlon was good, and I'm gonna talk about my thoughts on the season as a whole. If you, my guy Fraz, I see you. If you haven't done already, press share for your boy and hit that like button no matter where you at. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. You feel me? Let's get it. You feel me? So I'm going to start off with the Stephen A. Excuse me. No disrespect. I'm gonna start off with the Stephen A. Smith rant, right? I didn't like it. Stephen A. Smith don't speak for me as a New York Knicks fan, bro. He does not. You feel me? I rarely agree with any of his assessments of the New York Knicks. And this is another case of me highly disagreeing with him. I'm gonna do exactly like he always liked to do before he shit on everybody. I do have tremendous respect for Stephen A. Smith and who he built himself up to be as a media personality. This is true. I have tremendous respect for him in that regard. But with that being said, I have absolutely no respect for a lot of the things that he say about the New York Knicks, because a lot of the times he don't know what the hell he be talking about, right? And I'm going to start off by saying, no, he's not objective at all. You feel me? Like, and that's the problem. You feel me? Like, so I'm gonna say this, right? One, you complain about Leon Rose not speaking at all. He decides to do a interview on MSG. So what? You feel me? So what? He did an interview on MSG. Mike Breen is one of the most objective sports announcers in the game. He's always giving tough criticisms to the New York Knicks when he's doing his even commentary role. You feel me? So to say that Mike Breen wouldn't do a good interview because he works for MSG is unfair to Mike Breen. You feel me? That's like saying that Stephen A. Smith wouldn't dare to criticize the ESPN because he works for because he works for MSG. I mean ESPN. Like that's you can't say that, bro. I have tremendous respect for Mike Breen, who he is as a commentator and a journalist in his own right. He's always super objective when it comes to everything come the New York Knicks. You feel me? With almost no bias. So to say that, oh, he's a coward because he did an interview with Mike Breen is disrespectful. It's disrespectful to Mike Breen. And then you try to soften it up. Oh, I got mad respect for Mike Breen. Obviously not enough that you think that that man could not do his job objectively. Is it because that you upset that he didn't give you an interview on ESPN? That's ridiculous, bro. And guess what? Leon Rose would have gave you the same answers he gave Mike Breen. You feel me? And then Stephen A. Smith said something along the lines, oh, because, you know, people who have inside knowledge to the situation. You don't think Mike Breen has inside knowledge to the New York Knicks? Or do you think that your inside knowledge is better than the guy who actually works for the company? When most of the time, Stephen A. Smith's inside knowledge is inaccurate. How many times have we sat there and watched Stephen A. Smith go, oh, I know I got people who know close to the source and the shit that he say be absolute BS. And I'm upset about that part because I think that was disrespectful to Mike Breen. To think that he couldn't do his job objectively. As a reporter, I think that is disrespectful. And the fact that, you know, the players sit in front of the media all the time and they don't ask the tough questions. Let's be perfectly honest. When we see Coach Tommy T and Julius Randle and RJ Barrett sit in front of the media at the end of games, they don't ask super tough questions. Let's be perfectly honest. A lot of those questions they ask be softball questions as well. So let's just put that part out there. The fact that he disrespected Mike Breen, the fact that he couldn't do his job objectively. And have the nerve to call Leon Rose a coward. Because he didn't want to sit with you? Outrageous, bro. Outrageous. This man really gets up there and say anything. You feel me? And as far as you know, his thoughts on well, I'm gonna save that part for last because that's gonna segue into how I feel the season went and all this other stuff, right? So boom. You already know how I feel about the Julius Randle situation. I talked about it in great length, pause on many occasions on Nixon-ish. You feel me? You know, yes. Does Julius Randle have some growing up to do? Yes. You feel me? I think that there's times that he could have controlled himself a little bit better. But to say that he should not feel any kind of way and because the fans booed him, I think it's more than just boos that led to all of that. So you want to take it at face value, oh, he got booed, that's why he was upset with the fans. No, I think it's more than that. Because I see what the fan base say. I can only imagine what's being said from the stands to him and his family. Kev in the building, team Nixon-ish was good. So I can only imagine what's being said in the stands to Julius Randle, all that. Now, I'm not absolving him from all fault. I'm not. There's a lot of things that Julius Randle could have done better this season, and including some of his attitude adjustment situations when it came to, you know, I'm not in agreement with him smacking the laptop from the coaching staff. Do I think it's the worst thing in the world? No. Do I think he should have handled that better? Absolutely. You know, some of the texts that he got, I think he could have controlled himself better. You know, his end of the game beefs with the refs, think he could have controlled himself better. I'm not absolving him from all fault. You feel me? But I will say, I think it's deeper than him just booing. I mean, telling his fans to shut the F up. It was more than just boos. And I hate the notion that this is New York, so you have to take whatever the fans dish out. No, no. We talk about accountability, but none of the fans want to take accountability for being horrible and attacking people. This is the same fan base that spit on a human being. So to think that because they feel some kind of way about the season, they're not saying the most outrageous thing to Julius Randle and his family, that's not far-fetched. So I think that, of course, this is not substantiated because I don't speak to Julius Randle, but I think that him telling his fans to shut the F up stems from more than just going boo. I'm pretty sure that's not the first time Julius Randle has been booed in his career. Like, bruh, I think it's more than that. Right? And another part that bothered me, he used Julius Randle's field goal percentage and not his stat line, not the fact that he's 20, 10, and 5. The fact that he shot 40% from the field, 30-something from three, as a downer for Julius Randle about how bad his season was. But yet, RJ Barrett has almost identical field goal stats. 41% from the field, 31 from three. But then you turn around and talk about how great RJ Barrett is. And I'm an RJ Barrett fan. You already know this. This is not a slight at RJ Barrett. But I'm just saying, you can't use those numbers, 40 and 30 from three, for Julius Randle as a bad thing, and then also talk about how great RJ Barrett is shooting 40 and 30. That just doesn't make sense to me. Yes, Julius Randle had a down year. Yes, but more than this team had more troubles than just Julius Randle. Yo, listen, New York Knicks fans have the most sense of entitlement I've ever seen in my life. Everything you need to know about the team, you can see happening on the court. You can see which way that the team wants to go. At first, the first step was, now we could get into my last thing. Okay, now we get my last thing because I can't be here long. I got to go. But just let you know, I'm seeing what you're saying, Steven. I'm not ignoring you. I'm seeing you. But I don't have enough time to address all the comments, you feel me? Because I'm about to leave in like the next 15 minutes. You feel me? So, again, you can see everything that you want to see from this team by watching how the team was operating. I disagree with a lot of things that happened on the court this year. You feel me? Disagree with a lot of things that happened on the court this year. From a coaching standpoint, you know, definitely disagree. You know, I've voiced my frustrations about that many times, right? But I also, before I get to what I was about to say, I also want to say this one last thing. Stephen A. Smith sound like most New York Knicks fans. We all admittedly agreed that we overachieved last year. We all agreed to this. The Knicks overachieved last year. We were not supposed to be where we were at the end of last year. Winning 42 games was not in the question for us in the beginning of the season. We tremendously overachieved. So you have that. So now that Kev with the pull up.
Was goody, bro.
Good, Kev. I ain't gonna be here much longer. You feel me?
Nah, that's cool, bro.
Yeah. I'm pause. I'm gonna let you get your rocks off. Pause. But let me just finish my little soliloquy. Greatly overachieved last year as a team, winning 42 games. And I'm right now, just so if you didn't hear, I'm talking about Stephen A. Smith sounding like most Knicks fans. We greatly overachieved last year, 42 games. Now we had more of a what this team is supposed to be. Yeah. More of a falling to earth. There were 10 more games this year than last year. We won 37 games opposed to, it was 42 games we won last year, right, Kev?
We won 41 games.
41 games. 10 more games this season. We end up losing 4 more games. I mean, we end up winning 4 less games this season with 10 more games on the schedule. This was more of a coming to back down to reality moment for us. Yes, it was disappointing because we all went into the season thinking because we overachieved last year, we're going to continue overachieving. But that wasn't the case. The front office, just like the fans, had the same, overachieve. We're going to keep overachieving this year. But we came down to reality. We really came down to reality this year. Now, I keep on forgetting. I had a lot to say, so I keep on forgetting what I want to say about, Stephen A. Smith. He says that he's sick of this organization. Bro, this is a new organization. I think Leon Rose has been in charge. This is his second year, right? Second year. Am I right, Kev?
Yeah. Who? Leon Rose?
Yeah.
This is second year, yup.
So how are you sick of Leon Rose already? And the same people who say they sick of this organization, I mean, this new regime, are the same people who love Obi Toppin, screaming from the rooftop, Obi Toppin, screaming from the rooftop, Emmanuel Quickly, screaming from the rooftop, Quentin Grimes, screaming from the rooftop for Deuce McBride, screaming from the rooftop for Jericho Sims.
This is a guy that drafted all those guys.
Bruh, what it was. Now, again, the impatience of the New York Knicks fans is what drives me crazy. And as well as Stephen A. Smith. The impatience. This is what a rebuild looks like. Y'all might not realize it because the New York Knicks haven't done a actual rebuild since Patrick Ewing. A real rebuild since Patrick Ewing. Building through the draft and free agency, not trades for washed up superstars. This is what it looks like. This looks like you got to wait for your young talent to develop, see what you have, and then you make decisions based off that. This is what it looked like. You think once the Golden State Warriors drafted Steph Curry, they were contenders the next 2 years? No. They didn't really start winning until like Steph Curry's like 5th year in the league, 5th, 6th year. They didn't start winning. They were horrible until then.
So was Philly. Philly was another horrible organization.
Milwaukee.
The Heat, no, not the Heat. But
teams that went through actual rebuilds.
Memphis Grizzlies.
For forever. Actual rebuilds. This is what it looks like. Yes, we overachieved last year. We came down to earth. Now we have to look at the young talent that we have, what we're going to keep, what we're going to move on from. And don't get me wrong, I am disappointed by this season as well because I came in with high expectations as well. I thought since we overachieved last year, we was going to keep the ball rolling. I thought Kemba Walker was going to give us a boost. You feel me?
Yep.
I thought that was going to give us a boost. This is what it is. You got all your young players, and the thing about building a team, and this is how you know they thought they was going to compete. This is my last thing, Kevin. I'm gonna let you rock, right? Mm-hmm. This is how you know this team thought they was going to compete this year. The number one goal was make the playoffs. Right? Second goal was make the play-in. Soon as we got eliminated, what happened? All the young players is playing. Because the third option was to develop. Now, do I agree that some of the young players should have got PT earlier? Absolutely.
That's what we've been screaming for all year anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. But you could see what the priorities and what the goals were. And you also got to realize a lot of things happened wrong this season that didn't get us back. Kemba Walker couldn't stay, wasn't a shell of himself. Derrick Rose getting injured. Noel not being able to play more than 2 games. These are all things that led, like, yes, Coach Tommy T could have done a better job. I think so. But these are all things that happened. We were under 500 team last year till Derrick Rose came to the team.
Everybody loved Leon Rose when he made that trade.
They loved him when he traded for Cam. But now that the season is a complete wash, they hate him again. All right, okay, I'm done. You feel me? I'm done. This is what a rebuild looks like. That's all I'm saying. I got high expectations for next year as well because I think the young kids is going to continue to grow. Hopefully, Coach Tommy T has more faith than Ovi. And all right, Kev, go ahead.
And you know, the thing is that we've been saying all the. I don't know about other places, but I know here in Nixon-ish, we've been screaming that since the season started going downhill. We've been screaming for Coach Tommy T to play Obi Toppin, to cut down. We've been screaming for Coach Tibbs to cut down Julius minutes numbers. I mean, his to cut down his minutes because he was playing way too high, way too much. We were screaming all of this
in the right way.
Exactly. A lot of these players in the beginning of the season was not producing the way they should have. And that's why we kept screaming, play the kids then. Play the kids then. But you know what a lot of these people would say? A lot of these people would say the kids weren't ready.
Yeah,
they were saying Obi was trash. Trade him up out of here. They said he had no jump shot. They say he was no good. They said all of this. They were saying trade RJ Barrett, Emmanuel quickly. This is all the talk that a lot of Knicks fans was having towards the trading deadline. Most of these guys were saying, pack these kids up and get them up out of here so we can get a real point guard. I think that a lot of these Knicks fans are wishy-washy, bro. They be forgetting a lot of shit that they say, bro. You know?
It just comes down to, you know, the fact of I don't care what Leon Rose has to say because I see how they're moving. I see how they're moving. Like I can literally see, and because I'm not saying I'm smarter than anybody, but I can see that, hey, they told us this was going to take 3 to 4 years.
Yep.
What they said, 2024?
2024.
2024?
3-4 years. Exactly came out his mouth. Was 3-4 year rebuild.
Before we contenders? You feel me? 3-4 years before we contenders. And that makes sense because our future star on a team, RJ Barrett, is only 21 years old.
Yep.
By that time, he's about 23, 24, entering his prime. Julius Randle will be on the latter end of his prime. 31 years old. IQ, another guy entering his prime. Obi will be in his mid-20s. These are guys that we want as Knicks fans, most of us, want to see on this team for the latter stretch, for the future. And they're going to be entering their prime by the time Leon Rose said that we're going to be contenders. They said this. But y'all want him to sit in front of the media every time something doesn't go right. But when he really gave y'all the game plan already, he gave y'all the game plan.
And then anytime he comes and does talk to the media, y'all kill him talking about he don't know what he's talking about. This is a man that's been doing this for years. For years.
Yo, Chris, you about to get blocked for saying something like that. Hopefully, the Jazz want RJ bad for Donovan Mitchell. What sense did that make?
But you see, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying about Knicks fans, bro. This is the thing that I'm talking about. Like 1 minute, everybody love RJ. Now y'all want to trade him for Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell hasn't won a championship yet.
Yeah, and
What?
this is the only to me the only way trades work and help your team is not trading one of your stars for another star. You trade role players for role players that fit with your stars, because we've been doing that for forever. Spider is nice, and he's still young and in his prime. Do not get me wrong. You feel me? RJ Barrett, he shot 77% from the free throw line on the season. Yes, he had his spell where he shot bad, but his overall free throw numbers wasn't atrocious. Is it something that you want for your two guard? You want him around closer to 80, but 77 is not atrocious. You feel me? But anyway.
Well, can I say something to that though, real quick? If you're gonna trade RJ for that, you might as well trade the whole damn team, because our free throw shooting, the free throw as a team wise, we was straight trash, bro. So if you're gonna nitpick about free throws, then you should trade the whole damn team, bro.
Yeah. So I didn't really get the in this one. Yeah, he said Obi is a better shooter than RJ. That's crazy.
Oh my goodness, bro.
So I didn't get to see the whole Leon Rose interview. You feel me? He told
the media that we was in 3 to 4 year rebuild. 3 to 4 year rebuild.
Yeah.
There was no winning now, bro.
Yeah. That's a fact. That's a fact. You feel me? But at the end of the day, bro, you don't make no major, to me, you don't make any major trades. I like the trajectory of this team. I like the young talent that we have. I want us to keep the chemistry and the cohesiveness. Yo, Tony said it perfectly well on the spaces. You feel me? And I want to reiterate that, because even though it's fake on 2K when you're playing your franchise, I know it's fake. But when you start trading people, what happens? The chemistry goes down. The more you trade, the more the chemistry goes down. What you want to do and how you want to build a team that's going to win for the long haul, you want to build chemistry amongst your main players. And how do you do that? You have them playing for years. Why you think Giannis and Middleton work so well together? Because they've been playing for each pause. They've been playing together for like 7 years now. You feel me? Like, you build chemistry with the players. Now, what we need Coach Tommy T to do is play Julius Randle less minutes, play Obi more, get IQ in the starting five, because I don't even, at this point, I don't even think that we need to see us go after going after a point guard, unless it's a backup point guard, because you can't really trust if Derrick Rose is going to stay healthy. And in even that essence, I'm not mad at Deuce being the backup for Derrick Rose.
Yep.
Right? So you start that. These are things that need to happen. And look, and this is the point. I've been watching the comments, and everybody's saying the same thing. New York Knicks fans can't wait, and that's the big problem.
New York Knicks fans can't wait, and they don't like to be told shit. Like, and I saw something that Steve put earlier that he said something about Julius Randle needs to stop being so soft mentally, right? I clearly was in a space the other day where this dude was going on a rant, screaming, hollering, talking about trade him and get him and his shitty ass family out of here. We're not talking about basketball. Now you attacking the man's family. This man has 2 kids. Now, Steven, I ask you this. If you're playing for the Knicks and you hearing fans disrespecting you and your family, is that okay? Is that okay? No.
And that's my point. I made that point earlier, Kev. I said, yo, we don't know what's being said in this. Like I'm part of all these Facebooks. I'm part of Nick's Twitter. I'll be watching, and I see what's being said on Twitter and Facebook. These are the same people that go to the games. These are the same people that go to the games, get some beers in them, some drinks, and think they can yell and say whatever they want at these players. You feel me?
Yeah.
So
Like
now I think this shut the F up came more from other things that nobody's talking about, that Julius Randle's not even mentioning, like, oh, this guy said or these they say such and such and such. These players could hear these things.
Word, bro. Word, bro. Like I don't know about anybody in this chat, but I got 2 kids, man. If I hear somebody say fuck me and trade my shitty ass family up out of here, it's on site, bro.
Yo,
it's on site.
Steven, as a person from New York, Brooklyn, born and raised most of my life,
bro.
There's only so much a New Yorker is going to allow somebody to say to you before you snap.
Word.
You feel me? And that's real. And I think him telling y'all to shut the F up was the most New York thing that he could have done. And
sometimes, my bad. No, my bad. Go ahead.
Yeah. And you want to talk about mental toughness. The fact that he went through all that this season and didn't ask to be traded shows you how mentally tough he really is. Because he could have easily said, get me out of here. He could have said that, and he didn't, which y'all all claimed that he was saying in the first place. Y'all was saying, oh, he wants out. He can't take it here. And he's telling you, no, I love it here. I get it. If that doesn't show you mental toughness alone, when you guys are screaming for him to get out of here, when y'all talk belittling his wife on Twitter and Facebook because she said something to CP the franchise, you feel me? Like, and he still wants to stay here. The fact that he's telling you that his son his 4-year-old son is uncomfortable at basketball games, and he still wants to stay here, shows me all the mental toughness I need. I want players who want to be Knicks, bro. I don't want people that y'all want to trade for just because it sounds nice.
It's crazy, bro. If you say you from the Bronx and you're gonna shake something like that off, I highly doubt that, bro. Steve, like, yo, let's be real, bro. What you mean? You would shake it off. How you shake something off like that, bro? Like, I don't understand the mindset for people here in New York. You like, if they look at you wrong, people be ready to fight. Imagine if somebody tell you trade you and your shitty ass family up out of here, that you got 2 young kids. Come on, Steve, cut it out, bro.
So listen, bro.
That don't make no sense.
You could say, all he was done was being booed. I disagree, because I know for a fact people was in his DMs talking crazy. You feel me? You can't tell me, because Knicks fans are they don't have it all the way. You think those same people that you see on Facebook and on Twitter going crazy is not in that man's DMs, not in his wife's DMs, not at the game saying something crazy to him, and just talking about the same fan base that spit on a human being, even though he wasn't a Knick, that thought it was okay to spit on somebody. So you don't think because they disgruntled about how their season went after they was all crazy, going crazy in the beginning of the season because we won 5 out of 6 games, are now disappointed, are not saying the most disrespectful, and all he did, and then the crazy part is you sitting here saying that all they did was boo him, and all he did was give y'all the thumbs down and told y'all to shut the F up and look at everybody butthurt.
And it's crazy, right? Because he's just gonna do that for booze. That's it. Somebody's just gonna tell y'all to give y'all the thumbs down and shut the F up just for booze. Yo, Steve, you really in denial, bro.
Yo, Steve,
you really in denial, bro. You my guy, and I respect Steve and everything he says. I respect everything he says, you know, and I respect his takes. But on this one, bro, I don't respect it, bro.
Yo,
I got 2 kids. I don't know if you got kids, but I got kids, bro. When I hear like this, Diane just said she just said it on the chat, and this is a woman that goes to Knicks games, bro. The fans are nasty to his wife and kids. Why? Because he's not playing well? That's ridiculous.
Diane, that's in the chat right now?
Yes. She just put it. Look, She said the fans are nasty to his wife and son. When I was there last week, these idiot girls were taking pics of her and saying all this other stuff to her. Like, bro, come on, bro. You can't tell me you okay with
I
that.
didn't even put up a lot of comments, but I just want y'all to see that. Just
Like,
to know that we not talking out of our ass. You feel me?
like, yo, Steve, I don't know if have you gone to games like where you like, no, I mean, come on, bro.
So listen, man. This is
Can't
the
be
last
this
thing I'm gonna
dude.
say, and then I gotta go because I gotta go pick up my kid, right?
No doubt.
Kevin Durant told a net fan to shut the F up and sit down. Nobody in sports media was calling Kevin Durant weak in how he wanted to be out of New York. He told him to shut the F up and sit down. Nobody said KD's having a mental breakdown because of all the struggles that the Brooklyn Nets is having, and James Harden is getting traded, and the organization is doing bad. Kevin Durant went out of New York. He went out of Brooklyn. He's having a mental breakdown. He's mentally weak. Nobody said that.
Nobody said a peep about it.
Nobody said that. And then you know what's the crazy part is? Crazy part is this too. Next season, as I believe Julius Randle's going to get back the form, right? Get back the form, and go back to winning. I want y'all to keep that same energy. I want y'all to continue to say trade Julius Randle. I want y'all to stick all those things that y'all saying. I want y'all to keep saying that, fam, because I don't want as much animosity in regard that's been. I've never seen this happen before to any NBA player except for Russell Westbrook this season. You feel me? I've never seen it. This is the only season I've ever seen two. Not even Russell Westbrook, because they wasn't chanting MVP for Russell Westbrook last year.
Can I say something to that, Russell Westbrook?
Good.
The sad part about what's going on with Russell Westbrook is the people where he's from, LA, are shitting on him like this. The city of Lord, the people from this man is from LA, and he's still getting shitted on by his own people, and it's not even all his fault. Shit is crazy, bro.
Yo, Steven, you, because he's not getting ejected.
You know what I mean? Like, you see what I'm saying with this?
you act like Julius Randle is the only. Yo, that's the crazy. They act like Julius Randle is the only superstar that ever got ejected from basketball games because they didn't get calls. Like what? Like how many? Yo, you act like Julius Randle was the only person to go. Yo, I'm mad at Cole, so I'm going to yell at the refs and try to get my point across and end up getting ejected. You act like he was the only person who's ever been pushed by a player and retaliated and got ejected. You feel me? Like this is the crazy part. Like, y'all, the narratives that be making up. You feel me? Yeah, the narratives that's being made up and the special circumstances that y'all putting on Julius Randle because it fits the narrative that he's not built for here is ridiculous. You feel me? It's ridiculous. If anything, that shows me that Julius Randle is mentally tough, the fact that he wants to stay here because he could have asked to be traded to go anywhere. So however y'all feel, he's a Knick. So either you got two options. Support Julius Randle as a Knick or root for another team.
Word. Because
as far as we could tell, he's going to be a Knick for the foreseeable future. And watch, I'm telling you, y'all going to be screaming MVP for Julius Randle next year, especially if IQ get to play point guard.
Yup.
And
I don't think I don't think we should trade for anybody. I think that we should keep this team intact
and build through free agency.
And just build through free agency and through the draft. Because there's some good, some decent young players that we could work with, man.
And I'm gonna repeat it again. For the foreseeable future, because the organization is not showing any signs that they are moving on from Julius Randle. Julius Randle's not showing any signs that he wants to leave. Obi is talking about being excited. We're running the floor with Julius Randle next year. Coach Tommy T speaks highly of Julius Randle and his work ethic and all the work that he puts in. He's going to be a Knick for the foreseeable future. So you got two options. Support Julius Randle or root for another team. That's it. That's it. That's it, bro. Y'all can complain all y'all want, but the fact of the matter is he's in New York, and the fact that he say he still wants to be here showed me he's mentally tough enough to deal with the bullshit.
Bro, you could space the floor with Julius Randle on the floor, bro.
As long as Julius Randle is not trying to create his own three-point shot, he's okay. And that's why he was good last year. Because a lot of those three-pointers he was making were coming off assists from who? Derrick Rose breaking down the defense. This is why you need Immanuel Quickley to start at point guard, because Immanuel Quickley breaks down the defense continuously. Continuously breaks down the defense. We did not have that with Alec Burks starting.
That's a fact, Kevin Wallace. That's a fact. Please.
Yo, listen, I agree.
Bro.
He did not shoot well from three this year, Steven. I'm not saying that he did. But what I am saying is the year before, when he wasn't taking as many off the dribble threes and had a point guard that could break down the defense, even though I didn't like Elf could at least get into the paint and kicked out. You feel me? He played with enough pace that worked for Julius Randle.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of Julius Randle threes last season came off of penetration from Derrick Rose and pace and in transition three-pointers.
Yep.
Which none he got from this year because Alec Burke and Kemba Walker was the two slowed pace point guards in the whole entire NBA this season.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm just gonna leave it there. I gotta go. Kev, appreciate you on the pull up, Brody.
You already know, bro. You're already good. I'm about to bounce up out of here too. My daughter just woke up.
I literally just saw the Stephen A interview and I'm like, oh nah, I'm going live.
Yo, bro, I'm telling you, man, these Knicks fans be wishy-washy, bro. I always told you Stephen A. Smith was a flip-flopper, bro. I've always told you that.
And the thing that drove me the most crazy was to see all the Knicks fans under the video go, "Oh, he's 100% on point." Like,
oh yeah, of course,
yeah,
of course.
Y'all have to realize that this season was more of us falling down to earth. You feel me? This season was more of the offense falling. I mean, the team falling down to earth. 41 wins last year. If you told anybody who was watching the Knicks going into last season that we was going to win 41 games, we'd have all probably looked at each other like, I don't know, bro. 5th seed, I don't know, bro. Maybe like 7th. You feel me? Like, we shot way higher. 37 wins this year. Granted, it was 10 more games, but still 37 wins this year.
Yo, like, bro.
I do realize that's a 4-game difference. 4 games difference. We fell down to earth this year, and teams got better this year, and we didn't. Chicago wasn't this good last year. The Cavs wasn't this good last year. Boston is better than they were last year. You feel me? Like, these are teams that we were losing to that got better this year. So I appreciate everybody you want to pull up. I really got to go. Kev, I holla, man.
All right, brother. Be easy, man.